Good morning, Manitoba. I'm Larry McIntosh, and I'll be your host for the next hour every Saturday morning from 8 to 9. Thanks for tuning in. Let's take a look back at this day in history. For the last several weeks, we've introduced this feature at the beginning of each show. Each Saturday, we look at a few interesting and good news events in the history. So let's see. On February 21st, 1947, Edwin Land publicly demonstrated his instant camera and film, later known as the Polaroid, back in 1947. On February 21st, 1995, Steve Fossett became the first person to fly solo across the Pacific Ocean in a balloon. He took off from South Korea and landed in Leader, Saskatchewan. So that's a long ways. And as of today, we only have 4 months to go for the first day of summer. 4 months to go. It's hard to believe with the week we've had, but 4 months from now, it's considered a summer day. My guest this morning is Carla DeLuca from DeLuca's. Good morning, Carla.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Doing fantastic.
4 months to summer today.
That's very promising.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't feel like, we're on the edge of summer. I guess 4 months is still a ways to go.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about DeLuca's. We know it's on Portage. It's been there for a long time, but tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we've come a long way. We've been, I think, going on about 45 years now with my family. Obviously not myself, but my dad, my uncles, and all my cousins. They started off with a small little shop selling a few, imported products. And now it's grown to have not only the restaurant and the, catering department, but we also have our wholesale division. We do private parties. We roast our own coffee. And, we have our butcher shop and bakery. And so there's so many different parts of DeLuca's, and we've come so far. So it's really great business.
So 45 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Clearly you weren't there at the beginning, as you said. So how many family members have been involved in DeLuca's over the years?
Well, right now we've got about 10 active members.
Oh, really?
But I feel like all of the DeLuca's at one point have had their hand in the business. So I think all of us growing up have great memories of coming in and working, whether it was just making coffees or working in the butcher shop or bagging groceries. I think all of us have sort of had our hand in the business, which is really nice because it is really a family business. So it really adds to the business that we've all really had a part in the growth.
So you've talked about all the things you're doing, and we're going to get into more detail over the next hour, but what did it start as? What was the first business?
It was a small, I want to say it's sort of like a cafe where they had coffees and sandwiches and sort of little things to have people coming there, meeting, enjoying food, and sort of bringing the Italian community together. So from there, they grew to start to import products, having those products that maybe the people from Europe didn't have, and they felt like they had a little piece of home here in Canada. So it was that little beginning that sort of brought the business and had people put DeLuca's on the map.
And I think a lot of stores start out by bringing in product from Europe or from whatever country they may be coming from or their family comes from. But it really becomes a lot more than that. It's people want all different kinds of foods now, and they want to have certain kinds of pastas or certain kinds of coffee. It's really more. Everybody's looking for different things now.
Yeah, the whole food world has evolved in the last 10 years. It's really jump-started. And I think with the Food Network and all these food shows, I think people are really educated with food products. So now everyone's so interested in getting the newest ingredient. And, we're lucky that for us, a lot of these ingredients are just our normal ingredients. They're what we've used all of our lives and what we grew up on. So it's nice to share and educate people with what we used to use growing up. And now I think it's sort of the hot products and the new products that people are now integrated into their meals.
So someone like me comes into the store. Let's talk about the store for a moment and say, I want olive oil. Is that a simple question?
Well, it depends who's beside you when you ask that question. So most people that know my father, Tony, know that if you ask that question, you better have at least 2 hours to stay, taste some olive oils. He'll give you a little bit of the background. And it's really fun because we've got a tasting table right in the front of our store. So we've got, hundreds of oils that we bring in throughout the year. So every month, you'll probably have a different selection of maybe 50, 60 options. And we'll always have at least 12, 13 open that you can taste right there. We'll grab some bread from our bakery. We'll actually get you in there and sample and see what you like because there's so many different kinds.
So when you say there's 50, 60, there's
Yeah.
got to be one that's the best, right?
Well, depends who you talk to. So, I mean,
Is it like wine?
it is. You know what? And a lot of people, depending on what region they're from, they love what, oil is from their region, or it's, a matter of taste sometimes. So some people really like, the very inexpensive oils. And that's not to say that they're not good. I mean, they're just different flavors. Some people, have taste for, the expensive oils. Sometimes it's just a matter of where it's grown, the type of olives and the elevation, the weather. I mean, every part of Italy is different, right? I could go on and on and on.
Well, and to me, that does seem like wine because I like wine, but I can't tell you a lot about it or the brands or anything else. But, it's you talk to people who know it's grown on a hill, it's grown by this,
Yeah.
all these kind of things. It sounds similar.
It is. You know what? A lot of people are used to just going by the label. I mean, wine is very similar. People don't know what it tastes like, so that's their first reaction. Well, I'll just go with something that looks nice. The good thing about our store is that you come in, if you don't know what it tastes like, most of the time, one of the DeLuca's is there. And the best way for you to find out is we'll say, well, why don't we open it up, give it a try.
So what's the most popular thing in your store? Would it be the olive oils, the pasta, the butcher?
Oh, so many. You know what? Our butcher shop is fantastic because we've got, fresh meat that we're bringing in from Manitoba. We have great Manitoba lamb, which is very unique to us. So it's nice that that's a local product, and I think that's what's kind of become more and more popular. We've got lots of imported cheeses, lots of local cheeses. So that section, along with the pastas, the oils, those are probably the top products in our store.
And I was hoping you might bring, some of that coffee that you're famous for today, but
Yeah.
I guess not. We'll have to go elsewhere after the show. But
I'll have to come back with more coffee.
I'll have to come back with more coffee. But it is an amazing store. If you haven't been, what's the location in case people don't know?
950 Portage.
950 Portage.
Yes.
Used to be near CJOB, which is now moved to Polo Park. That's going back a few years. But right on Portage Avenue, it's a nice size store, lots of selections. You should go check it out. We're right back with Carla DeLuca from DeLuca's after we take this break for your weather update. Welcome back. I'm Larry McIntosh. Peak of the Market is on Twitter. Follow us at Peak of the Market for recipes and Food and Friends guest updates. We have over 155,000 Twitter followers, and we'd love to have you follow us too. Over 155,000. Help us get to 160,000 followers. Again, we're at Peak of the Market, or you can follow me at Larry McIntosh. We're back with Carla DeLuca from DeLuca's. Now, Carla, you're very kind, and you brought 2 tickets to give away to a lucky Food and Friends listener to attend DeLuca's wine tasting event on April 25th.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about what they would, if they enter the draw, and I'll give them information how to do that in a second, but what is the wine tasting all about?
Well, the wine tasting began with my father having a big collection of his special wines that he said, I don't think we're going to be able to drink all of these. So why don't we have an event where we can share this with customers? We'll cook some food, drink some wine. It'll be a great night. So that was 5 years ago. Now we're going on I think it's our 15th event that we've done because we've had to do multiple per year. And it's a fun night where you get to walk around and we have about 35 different wines, not only ours and from my dad's private wine collection, but we invite all of our favorite wine reps to bring and showcase all of their wines. And then our chef will cook all different food stations. He'll have all sorts of pastas. We do flambe, we do appetizers, cheeses, cold cuts, name it. We got it there for food. So you walk around, you eat, you drink, and then a little bit later on, we open up our cappuccino bar. We have different desserts that the pastry chef makes. And, we've got different liqueurs as well that my dad will bring out. So it's a really fun night. And I'm really excited for the 2 lucky winners.
So is it about the wine? Is it about the cappuccinos? Is it about the food? Is it about the social part of it?
I think it's about everything. It's turned into such a fun sort of party atmosphere that's been great for all ages because there's people that love the food, people that love the wine, people that love the socializing. So it's really nice because we can bring all sorts of people together in this one night and you get to eat, drink, and just enjoy everybody's company.
Do these happen very often? Or?
We do 2 a year now because we were selling out so quickly with just doing 1 a year. Everyone at the end of the evening of the first one would say, when's the next event? When's the next event? So we decided we'd do one either in the winter and spring, and then we do one in the fall. So we kind of keep it different seasons so we can do different food items and keep it seasonal.
This is fairly exclusive. It only happens twice a year. Mm-hmm. It's not like it happens every week or anything. It's fairly exclusive tickets here we're talking about.
Yeah, and we usually sell out pretty quickly. So
all right.
It's a fun night.
So if you're interested in putting your name into a draw to win 2 tickets to DeLuca's wine tasting evening on April 25th, please email me at LarryMcIntosh@peakmarket.com. That's LarryMcIntosh@peakmarket.com, and McIntosh is MC. And do it before noon today, and in the subject line, put grapes, because it's all about produce, really. And, of course, in your email, you can put any comments or suggestions you have about Food and Friends as well, because we'd love to hear your comments. Again, to put your name into a draw to win this pair of tickets, email me at LarryMcIntosh@peakmarket.com before noon today. In the subject line, put grapes, and we'll do the draw later this weekend, and we'll notify the winner by email. Now, you should be available on April 25th, because that's when the tickets are for. So don't put your name in if you can't go, right?
That's right.
Let's not waste these exclusive tickets.
No, you cannot.
So where's this held?
This is in our cooking studio. So that's where we hold all of our private parties or cooking classes. We do corporate events, weddings, just about anything for 30 to 130 people.
And that's downstairs?
It is. It's in the lower level.
So let's talk a little bit about the cooking studio, because you do that on a regular basis, right?
Yeah, we're booked sometimes every night with different parties. So sometimes we'll have a public cooking class. Other evenings we'll do corporate cooking classes. So you get a group of people together, and we do, a 4-course dinner. We have wine samples at the bar. We do all sorts of cooking demonstrations. So it's a fun night where you get to learn about what you're eating, take home recipes, and have a good night.
Now, Shelley and I were there not too long ago, and I have to say it was a blast. So I was a little worried, to be frank with you, that I was going to have to cook something. But really, you don't actually cook. You watch these a little bit entertainers as well. It's not just cooking. Watch the amazing things to do. Then you get to eat the food.
Yeah.
I mean, how much better can it get?
Yeah. You know what? A lot of people call it the eating class, because when they walk away, they think, we're not cooking, but it's great because we get to sit back, taste all the food, learn how to make it. Then we open up the store after the class, and everyone can come up, see all the ingredients in the store. And of course, my dad has his oils and balsamics at the tasting counter for you to sample.
So does Tony go to every one of these classes?
Yes, he is the host of the public cooking classes. So he's there talking about ingredients. He does a few commercials here and there within the class. So he has a great time.
And he does the commercials very tastefully, by the way.
Of course.
So how many classes do you have? Like, are they on the website, the classes?
Yeah, our full schedule's on the website. We usually do one per week. So sometimes Tuesdays, sometimes Thursdays. And then if you did want to actually get a little bit more hands-on, you could actually book your own private event. So for 30 people or more, you can come in, and we've had our chef actually get more into the whole hands-on cooking with different groups. So people have come in, made their own pizzas, pastas. We teach people how to do different sort of platings of desserts and entrees. So we have lots of fun with that. And I think that's sort of a little bit of a new trend right now. People really want to get involved, a lot of team building, and, really fun nights with food.
And I've done that in other places, in other towns, where we go to a convention, they take you out and do a restaurant, or you go in the kitchen, or even at a hotel. We've done it, and it's a lot of fun. It is team building too. You get to know each other. Unfortunately, you get to know how little I know about cooking in some ways, but it is fun.
It is. You know what? It's really nice because even if you don't have much knowledge about food, the people that naturally know about food, know how to cook, always seem to take over a little bit. The other ones always seem to have a glass of wine in their hands, and they can sit back a little bit. So it's fun because there's no pressure to actually, cook your entire meal. You can make it as interactive as you want. We have our chef, our sous chef there guiding you. So there's no concern about, how much you're going to be able to, walk away from with, the cooking aspect. We'll make sure the meal turns out well.
And if people are interested in getting information on the cooking class or the wine tasting, what's the website?
It's DeLuca.ca, and you can look into our cooking class page. We have an event page. We have all sorts of pictures, menus on our website.
And as of right now, there's still tickets available for the wine tasting?
There is, yeah. We anticipate probably in the next few weeks it'll probably sell out. We're about halfway sold out right now.
So if you haven't heard from us in the next couple of days about winning the tickets, go ahead and buy them, because you don't want to miss this event. We'll be right back with Carla DeLuca from the DeLuca's after we take this break for your news, sports, and weather. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Food and Friends. I am Larry McIntosh, and it's time for our segment called Now We're Cooking. You don't need to write this recipe down, as this today's recipe of the day at peakmarket.com and in the Winnipeg Free Press. So you can get all the information from today's Winnipeg Free Press or our website. Today's recipe is creamy broccoli salad. Now, since this recipe is quite long, I'm not going to talk about how much of each ingredient you need, but I'm going to tell you the ingredients. For the salad, you'll need broccoli, mushrooms, cooked and crumbled bacon, red onions chopped, and toasted almonds. And for the dressing, you will need an egg, white wine vinegar, water, sugar, dry mustard, cornstarch, and light mayonnaise. If you're interested in viewing the full recipe, it is today's recipe day at peakmarket.com and in the Winnipeg Sun. And you can also have recipes at your fingertips with Peak of the Market's free recipe app, which has over 4,000 recipes and is available for your smartphone or iPad. And there's many great features on there. Just look for Peak Recipes app at any of the Apple or Android or the BlackBerry store. And like I said, it's good for your smartphone or your iPad. So all the recipes are on there, including this one. And we'll be right back with Carla DeLuca from DeLuca's after we take this break for your news, sports, and weather. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Larry McIntosh. Food and Friends Radio is on TV. Each radio show is filmed and will be posted on MyToba.ca tomorrow. So if you want to see the TV version of this or previous radio shows, please visit MyToba.ca. Thanks to 680 CJOB's Nicole, who produces our show, and Riley, who operates the camera, as well as the teachers of the Broadcasting and Media Arts program at TechVoc High School. You can also listen to an audio podcast of Food and Friends at SoundCloud.com and at the iTunes Store. So please just do a search for Food and Friends with Larry at MyToba.ca or SoundCloud.com or the iTunes Store, and all the shows will come up for your listening or viewing pleasure. Now, it's very important for me to mention that Food and Friends is only available because of 680 CJOB and its advertisers. So please make sure you tune in right here on every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. or listen live at cjob.com. We're back with Carla DeLuca from DeLuca's. So you knew this morning you were going to be on TV as well as radio when you arrived, right?
Yeah. Very exciting.
That's why I put my suit jacket on a Saturday. It's not normal.
Look nice for you guys.
So how did you were talking about the business and all the family in the last half hour involved. You said there was 10 family members currently involved in some way. So how does that all work? What are the dynamics of all the different family members working? And it's a fairly large space with the restaurant and the store and the cooking studio, but still lots of family working together.
You know what? That's a loaded question. We're all Italian, of course, and we've got lots of personalities. And, we're family. And what's great is that we all have something unique about each of us, and we're all have one part of the business that we're good at. So we all have our areas that we work with, we work together, we help each other out, and it's great because, it's such a dynamic group of people that we have that it adds something to every part of the business.
So is there a point where you think, well, we should open up a second location, a third location? You have those discussions, or you just want to stay in that one spot?
You know what? We've talked about that. I think that's what us as the new generation has sort of been talking about the last couple of years. And we thought, I think the next step would be sort of to expand and maybe have some smaller stores with just some of the prepared foods, some of the key items. So that's in the works. So keep your eyes out for maybe a new location at somewhere in the city of a smaller DeLuca's.
So that's interesting. That almost sounds like an announcement of sorts, but it's not really an announcement, is it?
It's not. You know what? It's in the works. It's something that we've always been talking about. It's something that, we love the business, and we know that it's hard for some people to get down to our one location. So we've always talked about it, and I think it's something that's our next step. So not sure exactly when it'll happen, but definitely keep your eyes out.
But having one location versus two locations, I mean, it doesn't sound that different, but suddenly it's not in the same building, and it's a bit of a step.
Yeah, I think.
Should that ever happen?
You know what? It's nice because we've got our business that's been there for so long. We've been in that one location, and it's great, and we'd never want to lose that one spot. But I think that because we've been growing so fast, that I think in some sense we've outgrown ourselves. So I think it's nice to be able to expand a little bit, focus on what customers want throughout the city, and try to reach people that maybe can't reach us all the time.
So tell us a little bit about the restaurant.
So the restaurant is open 11:30 to 1:30 every day. We open for Friday night lunches, or Friday night dinners, sorry. And it's been the same menu for about 25 years now. So we've got our pasta, the all-you-can-eat special, pizza, soup, salad. All the ingredients that we use are from our store, made fresh every day. And we have a few different features that we do throughout the week as well. We do different entrees and different side dishes. And it's really nice because you get to see what's going on in the kitchen. It's also the catering kitchen. So you get to see all of the kitchen staff working, making food for the grocery store, for catering, while you're dining. It's a really fun atmosphere. You get to sit together with other people, have a glass of wine, have a coffee, meet people and have lunch.
And I think that's important because the times that Shelley and I have been there, you're sitting at tables. I don't know how many holds. What's a table hold there?
You know what? Our tables are 6 to 8 people.
Yeah.
So whenever people come up, people say, should I go find a table? And we say, no, find a seat.
All right.
Meet some people, and that's sort of the theme of our restaurant. You may actually be sitting beside a few DeLuca's when they're having coffee. So it's kind of fun because you get to meet different people every day you come for lunch.
And it's a bit again, I go back to what I said in the last half hour. It's a bit of a social thing. I mean, it's great food, but it's also the social. You meet some new people. You get to see people you've done before, and I bet you have a regular crowd that comes out there.
We do. We have lots of fantastic regulars, and they love it because they always say that they hope some of the DeLuca's will come sit because we're very entertaining. Sometimes will be a lot of yelling, a lot of Italian talking. So it's a fun atmosphere because it really feels like you're in someone's home and you're just joining for an afternoon lunch with the family.
I don't know that I've ever been there that I haven't seen Tony there. Whether it's the cooking or the restaurant or the store, he never goes home.
Yeah, I know. You know what? Him and his brothers are really, really amazing. They love it. They have a passion for it. They're there because they love to be there, not because they have to be. So it's really nice to see them. And when you see them in the store, they don't even feel like they're working. They always say, we're coming just because we enjoy it. We want to talk to customers, see what's going on, and really see the business grow.
And I was going to say that the restaurant we just talked about. What was I going to say? I have forgotten what I was going to say now. I was going to say something about the store, but the pasta wall is kind of amazing.
It is.
The number of different pastas you have there.
Yeah, it's really nice because we get all different kinds of pastas from all over the place. We get some, of course, from Italy. We get some from Canada, and we get different kinds. It's not just the regular semolina flour that people use anymore. Now, of course, with, gluten allergies and intolerances, we've got, different sort of gluten-free pastas, or, we have spelt pastas, corn flour, bran, brown rice flour. So all different kinds of pastas now are in our store. And when you walk in, you basically have this gigantic wall to choose from. So not only do you have different types of pastas with their flours and what they're made with, but all different kinds of shapes. So you really have a whole wall to choose from for your dinner.
So what are the store hours?
We're open 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock almost every day. And then on Fridays, we're open a little bit later, so 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Oh, and are you open Sundays as well?
We're not open Sundays.
Okay,
We
so
haven't been.
Monday to Saturday.
Yeah, Monday to Saturday.
Okay, so we could go down there today, but not tomorrow.
That's right. That's right.
Just to be clear on that. We'll be right back with Carla DeLuca from DeLuca's after we take this break. Welcome back. I'm Larry McIntosh. I hope you had an opportunity to see our bright and colorful potato and onion bags at your store. Peak of the Market's new Sesame Street potato and onion bags feature Elmo, Bert, Grover, Oscar, Abby-Cadabby, Rosetta, Cookie Monster, Big Bird, and Ernie. 9 different Sesame Street characters in all. Along with the characters, you'll still see the Peak of the Market logo, so you're guaranteed it is grown right here in Manitoba. We're very pleased to partner with Sesame Street on the Eat Brighter program. The Sesame Eat Brighter program is all about encouraging children and adults to eat more fruits and vegetables. If you haven't seen your favorite Sesame Street character on a potato or onion bag in your local store, please ask your produce manager where they're hiding. We're back with Carla DeLuca from DeLuca's. So in the first half hour, we talked about you brought these tickets in for the wine tasting on the 25th. So we're thrilled that you brought it in for a Food and Friends listener to win. So if you're interested, and sorry, let me backtrack. It's DeLuca's wine tasting event on April 25th. Carla talked about it in the last half hour, but there's wine, there's cappuccinos, there's food. It's a show. So good time, right?
It's a great time.
Good time. So if you want to enter your name into the draw to win 2 tickets to DeLuca's wine tasting event on April 25th, please email me at larrymcintosh@peakmarket.com before noon today, and in the subject line put grapes. That's Larry McIntosh, MC. And in your email, please feel free to put any comments or suggestions you have about the show. I love to hear our listeners' feedback. Again, just put to get your name in the draw for the pair of tickets, email me at larrymcintosh@peakmarket.com before noon, and in the subject line, put grapes. And we'll do a draw later this weekend, and we'll notify the winner by email. So the big trend in the grocery stores seems to be prepared foods, convenience, going home and making. Is that something you guys are involved in?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, more and more people are coming to us and saying, we love your food. How can we take it home for dinner every night? So we've created our what we call hot table. And so we've got different dishes every day, all ready to go. So you can come and Everything is sold by weight, so you can just pick and choose what you want. We'll package it up for you. Then we've also got a cold fridge right beside it that has all different kinds of salads, sandwiches, side dishes, things that you can just warm up or just eat cold, whatever you like, and it's dinner ready to go all the time.
You finding this is a growing part of the business, or?
It is. I mean, more and more people are wanting to make things easier. I mean, lots of people, have families that they want to feed with good food, but don't have time. So it makes it very easy to just come pick up all these ingredients and all that. But it's nice that you can come and pick up the dishes ready to go. So you can have dinner with good, wholesome ingredients, all made in-house, made fresh every day.
People are very busy, right?
Yep.
They still want to eat properly. They don't necessarily want to have frozen food or whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
This is an alternative to be able to have some fresh home cooking of sorts.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely encourage people to cook at home, but we know that not everyone can do that every day. So, it's nice that you can just come in, whether it's even just getting some of our pre-made sauces that we make in-house and then adding it to something else, one of your dishes. We have lots of different dips, lots of different things like pizza dough that you can make your own pizzas at home. So we always joke about the Fridays when you are at the cashier, you noticed almost every customer has, a pizza dough, they have sauce, they have cheese, and then all sorts of ingredients for their own sort of pizza night. So it's nice that you can come and get those ingredients, make things easier for you.
Now you have coffee there. Tell us a little bit about the coffee.
Well, we are big on coffee, of course. We've got our own line of coffees that we actually roast ourselves here in Manitoba. So it's nice that we get to bring in different beans from all over the world. We have different custom roasts that we do, and we have, of course, our own espresso. So it's really nice that we have our own signature coffee. We, of course, use it in our restaurant, so you can come get a cappuccino anytime, get an espresso in our restaurant or in our cooking studio, and then you can bring the coffee home yourself. We've got a grinder in the store, so if you don't have one at home, you can come take any of the coffees that we have. We have about 15 different kinds at any point in the store, different blends, different flavors. So you can come and get that, know you're supporting local, and know that it's been roasted right here in Manitoba.
And you're involved, your area of responsibility is the cooking studio, is that correct? So that would be your passion.
That's my primary, part of the business. However, being a family business, you know that you are, wherever you're needed. So your hands are, sometimes bagging groceries. I know at Christmas time, some of my favorite memories with my dad are at Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve. It's our busiest day of the year. My dad's on one side, I'm on the other side, and we're talking to customers and just bagging groceries and helping them to their cars, helping them find products. And that's what's great about the business is we really want to share our education about food with people, and we really want people to walk away with good food and with good ingredients.
So someone goes into the grocery store this afternoon, and will they see you there?
Quite possibly.
Really?
Sometimes, I'm hiding in the studio when we have events going on. But whenever I have some free time, I always love to pop in the store. I think my favorite thing to do is to ask people if they need help finding things, because I think I'm definitely my father's daughter when, a person asks me a question and then I can go on and on and on and, let me help you find this. And I could probably spend hours with customers just shopping around the store and teaching people about the products we have.
And what's the location again?
950 Portage.
950 Portage. So if you're going down Portage today, stop into DeLuca's this afternoon and ask for Carla and say hi. Say they heard you on Food and Friends.
I'd love that.
Would you like that?
I love to talk to people, so
come on down. They can give you the impression of how we did on the show today, because I seem to be a little stumbling today, so they can tell you about that.
That's okay. Next time I'll bring coffee and we'll be good.
I think that's the problem here. I didn't stop
coffee.
for coffee, thinking, hey, you're going to bring coffee, right? And the website?
It's DeLuca.ca.
So tell us a little bit more about what you see for the future for DeLuca's. What is your family's goal?
Well, you know what? I love that we still have so much of the family involved. So I really want to see that continue. I really want to see us, grow, obviously having some different locations, but still staying true to our original location on Portage. I think that there's still lots of potential in that space. And we have lots of products that we're starting to sell to different grocery stores. We import products, sell them to different restaurants, different venues. So I do, see us expanding that. Obviously, our prepared foods as well is something that just keeps growing and growing. Our catering business. More and more we're getting people having dinner parties and events where we're catering. So I just like to see the growth of that and just continue as we are now because we're having a great time.
How many generations are involved right now?
Right now we've got, I think, 3 generations because some of my cousins' kids are actually in the store too. So it's nice to see all generations continue on and everyone just loves it.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
3 generations.
It's really nice.
And the store's been around 45 years?
Yeah, since 1960, 69.
So long time.
Yeah.
And all those people involved and building a business together. That's a really
Yeah.
cool story.
It's a real joy to work in a place that, you know, you're really passionate about.
We'll be right back with Carla DeLuca from DeLuca's after we take this break. Welcome back to Food and Friends. My guest next Saturday, February 28th at 8 a.m. is Chuck Davison, President and CEO of the Manitoba Chambers of Commerce. Chuck will tell us how the Chamber's vision is to make Manitoba the best place to live and work. Now, I personally think Manitoba is the best place, but Chuck and I can see how we can improve things in our province. So join us next Saturday for a great conversation with Chuck. My guest today has been Carla DeLuca from DeLuca's. So this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been great to have you
Talking
here.
food and olive oil and restaurants, cooking
Yeah.
studios.
Yep. You know what? We obviously love food, so I could talk on and on and on about all these things.
Who doesn't like food?
I know.
You have vegetables there too. I never asked
We
that
have
question.
lots of vegetables.
All right,
We have a big produce section.
All right, I should ask that to make sure that's clear on the air. So, what's the address again?
950 Portage.
And the website?
And our website is DeLuca.ca
And you're open today till?
till 6 p.m.
All right, so stop by, say hi to Carla if you're there. Thanks, Carla, for being on Food and
Thank you
Friends.
so much.
Thank you to Nicole Bonniekamp, our show's producer, and Riley Rivard, our cameraman. Thanks very much. Take care, and please, don't forget to eat your veggies.